Hey guys! I've owned my Backfire G2 for a couple of months now, and I wanted to make this video for those of you who are interested in learning more about the board. I'm going to take you guys through an unboxing as well as a comprehensive test ride and review, so we can see whether or not the Backfire lives up to the specs that it claims to have. If there's a specific part you want to jump into right away, go ahead and just click the time links down below in the description. Let's get started. This is the Backfire G2 board that I bought off their Indiegogo page back in November 2017. Now that the campaign's over, the official listing price on Backfire's website is $500. What really excited me about this board back then and what pushed me to buy it was that it claimed to have specs comparable to those of Boosted at the time, while managing to be 1/3 of the price. And I thought that was just an amazing deal. And on top of that, a lot of notable YouTubers in the e-skate community had released positive reviews about the riding experience of this board. And although $500 is on the cheaper end of the price spectrum for e-boards, there's still a lot of concern revolving around the reliability of the board and the company itself. So I'm going to try to address those questions as well as I can in this video. Here's the unboxing of the board. The package and its contents are not brand new, so don't mind the extra tissues and lousy packaging. So you have your board, which comes stock with this beautiful Galaxy grip tape, 80mm wheel sleeves, which are replaceable on hub motors themselves, the Backfire remote, which has 2 speed settings and some other capabilities I'll get into later, a typical skate tool, a 42-volt charger, extra bushings, and a few miscellaneous parts in case you need to do a little self-service. This is a grip tape I received as an Indiegogo supported perk. So those are the main things you receive in the package. To get started, all you need to do is turn on your remote and board. The blinking light is an indication that the remote isn't connected yet. But once it detects the board, the lights should indicate its battery level. Now you're all set and ready to ride.
Nice beautiful day outside, and we're out at a park doing the speed, range, and hill climb test to figure out whether or not the board actually has the specs that it claims to have. Now, a lot of companies like to exaggerate how well their board can perform. So instead of trying to do it under optimal conditions, I tried to do it under realistic conditions. First up is the hill climb test. We actually went to the steepest road that I knew in my neighborhood. I think the steepest part of the hill was a 26% grade. And that is a little higher than the 25% grade that they claim to have. The board actually did really well on the hill climb test. With just me on the board, 145 pounds, it had absolutely no struggle going up the hill. To me, that verifies that their hill climbing capability is what they claim it to be. One thing to note though is the fact that when you brake, the brakes don't stop the board completely, especially on a downhill slope. As you can see in this video, I am applying the brakes 100% and the board is still rolling. So the fastest this board went for me was around 23 miles an hour, and that was on a pretty straight, pretty flat road on almost full battery. So that is the high speed that I got. So the board is completely dead now, and we went about 8.5 miles. And that is on fairly hilly terrain. Kind of hard to tell how steep this hill is. There was a lot of ups and downs. We took it fast and slow, pro mode and eco mode. But I'm pretty confident in saying that you'll get at least 8 miles of very good range. You know, I don't think you have to work too hard to conserve battery to get this amount of mileage out your board. If you want 10 plus miles, you're definitely gonna have to ride more conservatively. Obviously, that also depends on your weight and riding conditions. But overall, even though the battery obviously did not last 15 miles in this test, I'd say that I'm pretty satisfied with how the battery performed.
For $500, this is a great option, and I'd recommend it for people who are just getting into e-boards and looking to try it out without spending too much. However, there are some drawbacks of the board as well. In my opinion, there's not quite as much torque as I would like for the board to be able to stop on a dime in emergency situations. Now, that's not to say that this board lacks torque or power at all. And honestly, it's enough for most people who just want to ride for leisure, including myself. It's pretty evident that Backfire has struggled with some quality control issues in the past. I've had to deal with like a faulty charger, connectivity issues, and one time this board just straight up didn't turn on and wouldn't turn on no matter what I did. Now, with that being said, Backfire has claimed to solve a lot of their old issues. On top of that, Backfire has very decent customer service. That has saved me a lot of extra expenses, although I really wish that this board didn't have so many problems in the first place. For me, even though I've had issues with the board, I still think it's worth it. That's it for this review video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll do my best to answer all of your questions in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could give me a thumbs up, And as you can probably tell, there were a lot of things in this video that I didn't have time to put in. Make sure you're subbed so that you can get a notification when they finally come out. Including the wheel vibration.